Hey everybody, it's Mike from Get Your Rocco, and I am here at Hammerfest with Imicus. How you guys doing?
Very good, thanks.
Yeah, good.
You guys just played. How was it? A good crowd?
Yeah, really good crowd. It's brightly lit this time of the day, so that was fun. But it was a good crowd. First show in 18 months for us, so very, very good to be back. Really enjoyed it.
I wanted to ask you about that. It was like an extended absence and now a new lineup and everything. What's the story behind that? What happened?
Essentially, we had all original sort of members, and they sort of got to the point where life had to move on. You know, one had a baby, one chose a new career, and one wanted to stop performing and move into production on the music side. So we looked to replace those guys and carry on. Unfortunately, the chemistry and overall creative synergy wasn't there, and ultimately we decided to they'd go their way, the new guys, and Dan and myself would carry on, and then his baby was born, so it was a case of I'm not going to be able to do that, but he still does our website admin, still looks after us on that side, so I'm actually godfather to the lad as well. So I got the opportunity to reinvent the band, I guess, and handpick who I wanted to work with. And it's been brilliant so far. So,
you say that there's areas that have been improved on, maybe, now that you've got new members?
Yeah, I think so. For example, when I originally auditioned Al, he came for the lead guitar role, and we were talking about backing vocals and things like that, and Al can sing a bit as well. Like the gent he is, he said, well, why don't I play rhythm and do the BVs, and we get another lead guitar player in, so essentially we've sort of we're on with two lead guitar players really for a start. We've got drum tech graduate on drums, and just very, very, very happy with how things have ended up working out. So looking forward to unleashing all the new material.
I was going to ask about that. Now that you're writing new material, is your approach first off, similar to how it was before, or does having new people around you kind of influence you? Is everyone contributing their own different ideas? Is it going to be a completely different style, different record?
No, I think that it won't be completely different style, but a very clear progression. We didn't want to go down a different genre, and that was part of why things stuttered, if you like, and then there was that break, and we've reinvented ourselves. It was a case of not wanting to necessarily go down that route, and felt that people that had followed us for a long time wouldn't then go, wait a minute, you've gone over there. That wasn't going to really happen. So in terms of the writing process, it's completely collaborative. We've got a very good melting pot of ideas. We're going to have an embarrassment of riches of stuff to sort of pick from when we put the album together. Because the other good thing is, because we are all fresh and working together, literally everyone's sort of bursting with ideas, and there's no element of sort of jaded there. It's all new. It's all good and exciting.
Whenabouts is the album due to be released then? Have you got what's the progress with it?
We have got a new single, The Libertine, and alongside that will be a track called Medusa. The Libertine, we are filming a music video for over the next couple. We've got gigs, and then on every day, the following day, we've got the music video shoots. So we hope that the single will come out late May, June time. But in terms of release mechanisms, we're still looking at that. But yeah, it will be around about then. But yeah, very, very pleased with it. We've got a copy for you.
How are you finding life in the band so far?
Yeah, obviously being back in a band for me is great news. I've performed in some great stages in my life and do a lot of commercial writing as well. It's how pretty much we came to sort of cross paths, as it were. But it's just nice to be back on stage, to be honest. That performance today, you know, we came literally out the traps and just basically on fire throughout the whole gig, and it was great, you know. So being back on stage for me is, you know, it's where it's at. It's where it's at.
And when you have that kind of intensity, you know, when you're just back and you're kind of looking to make a statement as well, does that make the music, you know, have a more intense fire, more intense passion, do you think? Or can it be a little bit inhibiting maybe?
Yeah, for me it was a case of, very much reignite everything. Because, you know, like I said, we've had 18 months off, 18, you know.
Cheers, mate.
18 sort of, you know, some of it turbulent, some of it not. But ultimately, it's just a reinvention, reigniting the fires. So for me, it was very much a, you know, have it, I'm back. So
it's also good in the way that because we've got so many new members as well in the band, there's a lot of new energy as well. So the writing process has been quite rapid. There's a lot of, like Mel was saying earlier, there's going to be a lot of material to choose from because everyone comes from a slightly different style, and gelling together in the Imicus way, as it were, trying to make sure that we keep it fresh, but at the same time make sure that the current fans like it as well. So it's been a really good experience so far to get the writing material process underway, as it were. So we're looking forward to getting, you know, more stuff written, but it's definitely, the energy's very high in the writing process, so that's great.
Yeah, that's been one of the freshest parts of it, is that everyone has come in from, you know, varied rock orientated generally backgrounds, but also with some other bits thrown in, and it's sort of, we always prided ourselves on being fairly sort of sub-genreless. Yes, we're a hard rocky metal band, but at the same time we don't necessarily go down any sort of faddy genres or anything like that, and that mix of people has helped to keep that sort of genreless approach to it. We haven't wanted to go down one road and that be it, so it's made it very fresh.
Now, I did want to ask you, you were on Metal Hammer's tribute to the Judas Priest album British Steel, weren't you? How did that come about, first of all? How you were approached about that? That came through our record label, and
we were given a week, and they said, we've got this track, do you guys think you could turn it around? And we were like, well, yeah, but we want to reinvent the track. And Dale, a lot of credit goes to Dale for reinventing the track musically, and then obviously I sort of did a similar feel on the vocals, and actually we ended up getting a lot of that was well received, because we were alongside some bands like Disturbed and people like that with some big budgets, and to go in there and be quite well lauded for reinventing it rather than just going out there and doing a straight cover. We were very happy with the result. Yeah.
So that was their request then, like, make it your own song?
Yeah, well, no, they didn't request that. We said we will reinvent it. So, and we did. So
best way to go about it. Yeah. We're going to have to wrap up this interview with Imicus and special guest from Derision, just briefly, but do you have a message right into the camera for all our readers that Get Your Rock Out?
I do, yes.
Come prepared. You do realise the microphone's over here, right? Come here, grab the mic and then go forward and prosper.
You'd think I knew how to work microphones, wouldn't you? By Libertine. It'll be out in April, late April, May, June time.
Thank you guys very much.